My name is Andre Van Lun, and I'm here to give you my number one takeaways, number one things that you could do right now to enhance uh, your health and well-being, your leadership skills, and your ability to be and stay motivated. All right. So number one, the first thing that I think will help a person's health and well-being tremendously is working on their ability to not be distracted. So the ability to put down the phone and to do one thing with all of your focus placed on that thing. Now, this is something that we have to practice because we're getting input all day, every day from multiple streams through visual, through auditory, through news, through friends, we're being bombarded with information. And therefore, what that does is it brings us anxiety, it brings us stress. So here's a way to practice being focused. And that is when you make breakfast, I'm not asking you to add another practice. I'm asking you to do a thing differently on a day-to-day basis. So let's say making breakfast. I want you to put down everything. And I want you to focus on what is going to be on your breakfast menu. Then I want you to gather the ingredients. By moving your awareness to what you're doing in that moment and not having anything else pull you away from it, what you're doing is you're honing in your attention on one thing and one thing only. And that is going to bring you peace. So as you're whipping the eggs, as you're making the oatmeal, as you're pouring the water into it, as you're getting ready to eat, as you sit down to eat, pay attention to how the food feels in your mouth. Pay attention to how it goes down the esophagus. Pay attention to how your body is going to use the protein, fats, and carbs in that food. And then afterwards, wash the dishes. Still, no other screens, no distraction, no nothing. Wash the dishes, put them away, sit down, let the food digest. And what you've done is you've done two things. You've done something without there being any distractions, something that adds to your life, and you've seen something through from completion to end with focus. And that'll bring you peace over time. Work that into any mundane activity that you do. Work that into working out. Work that into something that you do every single day. Taking a shower, getting ready for work, anything like that. And I guarantee you'll add a sharpness and a clarity that makes anxiety an obsolete feeling. So that's one. Number two is leadership. When it comes to leadership, I believe that leadership is the ability to create new leaders. And the number one way to not only create new leaders, but to inspire others to see the leader inside of them is to be a person who has a high level of integrity. When you say something, you do it all the time. Unquestionably, you should be a rock for people to lean on because you inspire them to a high level of integrity. And I'm going to define integrity as being whole, perfect, and complete with your word, with your actions, and with what you say. Your words, your actions, and with what you do. When those three things are in alignment, people follow you. Because the world, let's face it, is not full of integrity like it once was. It used to be back in the day that when you said something, you had to pay the consequences for saying some things. In a duel in the middle of the street, you get slapped with a glove. It's a possibility that you might go out there at high noon and die in a duel because of something you said with your mouth. Well, if you live with that type of integrity, and I'm not encouraging people to go out there and challenge people to duels, but if you say something, do it. You will inspire leaders. You will not only become a leader of others, you will be a powerful leader of yourself. And that is the key to getting people to follow you into battle and to be in their best selves and to wanting to look up to you and to wanting to be managed by you, to get that little piece of magic that you have. And integrity is a piece of magic. Last but not least, motivation. Here's my key to being motivated and staying motivated. Don't wait for motivation to move. Do not wait for motivation to move. Move first. Now, the moving first is the unsexy part. It's the hard part, because an object at a place of still will need a force acted upon it that is greater than its mass in order to move. And so that takes strength, that takes willpower to get started. But once you get started, once you do the mundane, ugly thing that you hate doing over and over and over, you will build what is called momentum. And when you have a momentum, when you see you getting closer to your goal, closer to your target, guess what happens to you? The motivation is automatic. So I challenge you to do a thing, one thing. Do it for 15 minutes. Something that you've been procrastinating on, set a timer in your phone, do it for 15 minutes. And then at the end of 15 minutes, stop doing it. And ask yourself this: can I continue on and finish it? Do I want to continue on and finish it? Or will I stop for the day? 9 times out of 10, you're going to want to finish it and get it to a level of completion. And that's the use of momentum to ultimately gain the motivation. Everybody, it's been Andre Van Lun. Hopefully something that I said was powerful, striking, and I hope that it sparks the little bit of greatness that you have in you to become a whole lot, and to also pour out in the things you do today. Peace.